Hello everyone, I hope everyone is having a fine day so far. I apologize if the lighting isn't so great. I'm filming at night because I have a lot of things to do during the day this week and I'm scared I won't have the time. So we are back for the free Shabby Chic Christmas Cottage mini junk journal. That's quite a mouthful. Right now I'll be making specimen windows. There's so many tutorials out there for this, so I'll basically just be showing you my take on it. It won't be a full tutorial. I'll mostly just be explaining how I do it, but what I will be using for now are these two little pink tulip stickers. I got them on Shein, so I can't link them. Then I have two pieces of acetate that measure roughly, I think, 2 inches by 4.5 inches. I have these strips of paper that I've already torn off and inked. So what I do is I rip off a ruler length, then I rip that in half, and then the half of that's left, I just fold in half, and then that's how I use it. That's what I use to make the frame. So it'll go all around these 3 edges, but here I will have a thicker one, so it's almost like a Polaroid. So I'll be sticking that on now. I'm just going to use what do you call it, stick glue stick, yeah, or maybe I'll even use my tacky glue. Depends on what I have down here with me. I don't craft, this isn't my normal craft area, this is just my filming area. I craft upstairs, but I film down here. So yeah, I will get right into that. What I will also use is possibly this scrap piece of paper, because these two are together. And then I have these that I got on Amazon that I think is linked to my description. And then I'll be sticking them onto the bottom. And like always, I will use my ink pad and inker. So here's the little specimen card that I just made, and I will be including that in the mini junk journal. The other one I will make off camera now. It's basically the same concept. I would have preferred to make this a little bit higher, but my fix for that was just putting the lace there. So, and it also looks like a little picket fence, which I really like. So okay, so these are the two that I've made, and I think they're really cute. I think they'll make a very nice addition to the junk journal. Next, we're going to create a hidden paper clip. So I just have a rectangular piece of paper here. The measurements are roughly 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches by 4.5 inches. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the paper into thirds, like so. You can even use a bone folder, that might be better. Though not necessary, you can also use a ruler as a bone folder if you don't have one. Then I'm going to take the paper and fold it so that there's about a 2 centimeter gap. And then same the other way. It doesn't have to be exact. You can just use the eyeball method. Then I'm going to cut out those corners, or those little squares that's made from the folding. You can either keep these as scraps or throw them away. I'm just gonna make my fold the other way, like so. Next, I'm going to fold this in like a triangle. Same with this side and the other corners. Once again, it doesn't have to be exact. One thing I forgot to mention is it has to be folded completely in half as well. So there needs to be a fold line in the middle as well. Then I'm going to glue these little triangles down. Then I'm going to I'm going to ink, but I'll do that on camera. I was going to do it off camera, but I don't think it'll work as well as I'm thinking it'll work. Alright, so basically if you flip it over, the triangle lines and around should be inked, and then if you close those two so that the folds are on the outside, it needs to be inked around this little edge if you're an inker. Then these two little pieces will fold in like so. Same on that side. And then I'm just going to glue them closed, but something needs to be able to slide in there. So unlike this one on the right side, you only glue the bottom, and then here you glue the left side and the bottom, and then it'll be the same on that side. Once again, glue here, and then on this side, glue here and here. Okay, then we need another scrap piece of paper that'll be thinner than this. So just gonna pull it like that. And fold it, it should be slightly shorter than this one as well. You will also need a paper clip. And then the rest you probably know. Just gonna glue this onto here. Just test it to make sure those edges will not show. Mine will show slightly, so I'm just gonna trim it. Something interesting that I learned recently from Sarah Lee Armstrong is that you cut just a tiny little notch out of there. She used her paper punch, which is a better idea than this, but mine's upstairs. That way the paper clip goes in there and there is no obstruction there, which I thought was a pretty good idea. What you need next is some plain blank paper, or whatever paper that you want to put in there. I'm just going to use this since it's already blank. And then to insert there for some extra writing space, since this journal will not have a lot of it. And just quickly pause the camera, and then I inked around these edges. I just don't want this video to be too long. Pause the video, sorry, not the camera. There we go. All right, so here we go. This still feels a little bit plain to me, so what I'm going to do, where's the lace that I had just now? Oh, well, guess I'm not gonna use that. Oh, here it is. So I'm gonna put 2 pieces of lace down at the bottom. I also have this little piece of lace, this piece of mesh, a little wax seal, and a leftover label from the clusters, so I will also be putting them on. Okay, this is what it looks like. I am quite happy with that. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it looks shabby chic? I hope so. I'm very new to the shabby chic style, but I love it very much. Next, we will be making another hidden paper clip. So what you'll need for that is glue, piece of ribbon, a charm, a tiny jump ring, another paper clip, 2 pieces of scrap fabric, scrap paper of the same size, and another small piece, but this is my piece from earlier that I'm just going to reuse, which I'm now happy that I kept. Some grommets and eyelets, a hole punch, and then this thing to punch the grommets and eyelets. I can't remember what you call them. So firstly, I'm just going to attach these 2 pieces. This is something I saw also from Sarah Lee Armstrong. I will link her original video because it's really, really nice, and I've used it a couple times. I don't want to take credit for it. Might be easier to just put them on the same place and then slide the paper clip on. Okay, then you're just going to fold these in. Like so. Same on the other side. And I try and keep mine the same size. Now I'm going to slide these off so that I can ink them. Or maybe I'll just ink them like that. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, this actually works pretty well. Okay, one thing that I like to do is I like to keep a little bit of the paper clip sticking out because that's where I'll tie my ribbon through. Like so, that's good for me. Now I'm just going to glue these pieces down. I'm very sorry, my phone cut out. It seems my battery died and I didn't realize it in time, but I can just explain the rest of what I did. So I stuck it down and then I inked everything. I took the little piece of paper, folded it, and then I trimmed it down, inked that as well. Then I put an eyelet on there and I hung a little key charm off of there. And I also put my bow on top. So the rest I could explain. I just want to explain the rest that I did off camera. I made 2 little earrings that I figured why not put that in the journal. People use vintage earrings in journals all the time, so why not give them too? Not that these are vintage, but I think they look cute. I put some jump rings onto some charms so they're ready to go. I created some dangles from beads that I had to also just put throughout the journal. Here are 2 specimen cards that we created. This I actually created from the stuff left over from the clusters a couple days ago. This is the 13 tag. I put it on some lace and on some mesh and then on more lace. So what I might use this for is I might either put it on the back cover or use it to decorate the inside of the front or back cover. What I did here was I just took some paper clips and I bent them. I hope you can see that. I have to do that with my paper clips because otherwise they scratch up the pages. And then I just added some bows on them so they're also ready to go. So yes, oh, and with this, I did not make this. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. It's a chipboard sticker, but I just inked the edges. I just want to show you that so that you can see, even though you buy store-bought stickers, you can still make them look vintage if you didn't already know that, which you probably did. Yeah, so that's it. This is the ephemera that we'll be using in the Shabby Chic Christmas cottage, and I will be back next time to show you what we'll do then. We'll just be decorating the journal then, and then that will probably be either the last or the second to last tutorial. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Bye bye. God bless.